knowledgeable morning to all. Legal Legal Vidya, Council for Legal Affairs and Legal Awareness, welcomes you all for our session on how to crack Judicial Services Examination in first attempt. Legal Vidya intends to provide legal awareness by providing general content on law, legal system, legal news, and other updates relating to legal field. The idea behind Legal Vidya was to provide in-depth and brief analysis of law field to students of law and any legal enthusiast. We can proudly tell you that we started in July 2021 as a platform for students to publish their articles and blogs. Now, the free webinars conducted till date, we have received more than 1,000 participants and has provided great insight to all of them through this medium. Judicial Services Examination is a yearly conducted exam for the post of civil judge, junior division in subordinate courts. Every state in India has its own individual judicial exam, such as the Delhi Judicial Exam, Haryana Judicial Services Exam, RJS, etc. In this webinar, we'll give you certain tips and tricks which will be helpful for young law students in their completion of dreams. Mr. Nikhil Tak has completed his LLB from Campus Law Center, Delhi University, in the year 2021. He cleared the Rajasthan Judicial Services exam, RJS, in first attempt for the exam conducted for year 2021-22 and achieved a rank of 38. I would like to thank Sir and all the participants for taking out their precious time for joining this meet. Without any further ado, Nikhil Sir, over to you.
Good morning, Harshita, and to all judicial aspirants. Harshita, please clear me that whether I am audible properly.
Yes, you are audible properly.
Thank you, thank you. I would like to thanks to the whole Legal Vidya team to conduct this webinar, where they provided me an opportunity to share my experience as a judicial aspirant. That few months ago, I was an aspirant only, and I was at your place. That I also used to listen many such webinars, seminars. I also used to read success stories of those who have cracked So before starting this, I would like to it's a request that if you are listening to this, then do note down the important points. If you note down the points, then try to implement on those important points, because only listening and only just sitting and viewing this will not work out. And it is also a part of my experience that I also used to listen many such webinars and stories, but gradually I realized that just listening them is not enough. So with this we can start. So judiciary exam, you as if all of you are ongoing law students, you are in your first year, second year, fourth year, or final year. So you have to give your judiciary exam after completing your BA, LLB, or law degree, right? So judiciary exam gives you an opportunity to be a part of this prestigious judicial system of our country, to be on the post of civil judge, on the post of judicial magistrate first class. And this opportunity you will get after completing your law. Now, Rajasthan is an exception of it, because Rajasthan gives you an opportunity to sit in this exam in your final year only. It doesn't require to complete your complete law. If you are in your final semester, then you can sit for the Rajasthan exam. So there are few points or strategies, we can say, or a guiding way that how to move ahead for this exam. First of all, let's discuss the exam pattern, and I hope you all are already aware about it, that what's the exam pattern of this exam, whether it says Rajasthan, MP, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, or any state, exam pattern is same: prelims, mains, and interview, right? But then too, exam strategy is different for each and every state. First of all, I would like to make you cautious about it, that never ever think that you are eligible to give exam of each and every state. No, you are not eligible to give exam of each and every state. You have to choose one or two state maximum, and it would be a better choice of you if you choose neighboring states. Now, what do I mean by neighboring states? For example, Rajasthan and MP are neighboring state. Chhattisgarh, MP, and Rajasthan are neighboring states. The benefit of it is that syllabus of these neighboring states is 90% similar to one another, which again helps you to grab the opportunity to easily crack this exam in any of such states. But as per my experience, it is not a good choice to choose Delhi on one hand and MP on the other hand. Right? Delhi judiciary is, yes, obviously is a dream, we can say, for each and every law student, that to become a judge in in Delhi. I too completed my law from Delhi only, but I didn't appear for that that exam, because I was very clear that MP and Rajasthan are the states for me, because exam pattern is different for each and every state. So if we start for prelims, and if we talk about Rajasthan only, first of all, so for Rajasthan Judicial Services, if you are in your first year, let's say, or you are in your final year only, then be clear in your mind that after completing your law, you have to give this exam. And Rajasthan and MP are those states that every year vacancies are there in these states. It's not that 1 year after the next year vacancy will come. No, each and every year they bring out new vacancies, and a lot of vacancies also. So start preparing for this exam. Many of the students are asked this question, that when to start. The best answer is that start now. Don't think that I am just in my first year, I will start in my fourth year, final year, I will join this institute, then I will start. Some other friends, when they will start, I will start with them. No, that's not the right approach. The best answer to this is start now, and now only. When I started my law in 2018, I was very crystal clear that I have to give judiciary exam in 2021 only, because my law is going to complete in 2021. I started for this exam from 2018 only, right? So the first answer is start now. Don't think that this is a particular year that I have to start. There is no particular year that when to start. Now, second question comes, that how to start. Like, you have made your mind that okay, I have to give Rajasthan, I have to give MP, I have to give Delhi, Haryana, Punjab. Okay, how to start? So for this, first thing you can do is, after choosing a state, just for few days, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, right, just analyze the pattern of the exam of that state. View the previous year questions of that state, for prelims also, for mains also, right? Do nothing else, just analyze for few days. Give yourself some time to get into the flow, that what I have to do for the next 1 year. It should be clear in your mind that what all obstacles are going to come, what all hard work is this exam requires from me. and whether I am capable to put such hard work. That's the very important question, that whether you are capable to give such amount of hard work for this exam. So for few days you have to analyze the questions, the previous year questions of this of that state. Now you are given 2 days time, 3 days time, right? That you have viewed prelims question, mains question. All right, what next? Now you have, there are two types of students here. I would like to categorize them. First is first are those aspirants who think that without coaching institute you can't clear this exam. These are the first group of students who require coaching institute, and that's not wrong. They are, there are some students, and there are some students also who prefer doing self study, that think that if for 1 year or 2 year I give to this exam, I do self study with discipline, then I will be able to clear this exam. And I was an aspirant from the second one. I didn't join any coaching institute, to be very frank. I didn't join any institute for this exam. I did it self only, and then too I cleared in the very first attempt. So if you are in such a doubt that without coaching you can't clear this exam, so please don't be in that illusion, right? So if you are a student who are thinking that okay, I can do self study with proper discipline, so the it would require you at least 1 year to complete the whole syllabus of any state. So you have made your mind that I will do self study. I'll sit at my home or my at my institute, my where you are studying, hostel, PG, right? Start with 1 or 2 acts. Just go and start. Don't think that what the strategy to start. Just start it. You have analyzed your question papers. You know very well that किस act से कितना amount of questions आते हैं. Which act is more important? How many acts are there? If we talk about Rajasthan, there are in law there are approx 18 acts, 18 subjects of law. In prelims, they also ask 15 marks of Hindi and 15 marks of English, right? So there are 18 laws. Now you have to categorize your schedule according to it. That I have this span of time. I have 6 months, I have 8 months, I have 1 year to sit for this exam. First of all, you have to categorize yourself that how I can divide my time so that on time I can complete my whole syllabus with revision. With revision is the most important thing. Just completing the syllabus is nothing in itself. Okay. So first of all, now you can start with the most interesting subject of yours. Why I'm saying this? It can be any subject, whether minor law, major major law, or you can start with Hindi or English also. Why I'm saying the most interesting? Because it helps you to be in the flow of the what I say flow of the study, right? It needs a flow. You can start with the most interesting one: IPC, CRPC, CPC, whatever is your interesting. I don't think that CPC is a favorite of any one of you, right? So you can start with IPC, CRPC, contract, transfer of property, right? Now, second question many students ask is that whether to read Barrett's only, or we have to read all books of each and every act, or we can purchase some notes of some institute, whether we have to make notes. So how to study each and every subject? That's also a very trending question in each and every judicial aspirant. So the answer to this question lies again of the pattern of the questions which you have analyzed. Like In Rajasthan, if I say, if you analyze the questions, you will figure out that in Rajasthan they ask analytical questions also, direct barrett based questions also, right? In each and every act, whether it is IPC, CRPC, contract, prohibition of offenders act, whatever the act may be, as compared to Delhi judiciary, they ask completely analytical based. They never ask you straight barrack based, right? So that's in itself, uh we can say, a path which you can choose, that in my state they will ask straight barrack based questions or analytical based questions. Rajasthan asks questions of 3 marker, 4 marks, 6 marks, and also 8 marks, right? In Rajasthan, in 3 marks, they generally, I'm saying generally, they ask analytical based of IPC, of CRPC, of CPC. They give you a situation and you have to answer according to it. In 4 marker, they ask a mix of it, analytical based and also straight barrack based. They straight away ask define decree, straight question. They straight away ask explain the withdrawal of prosecution in CRPC, section 321. Straight question, right? So this analysis helps you to move ahead in your preparation, right? So, and this also helps you to analyze that from which act I have I have to read, I have to read books, of which act Barrett is sufficient. So from my experience in RJS, you have to read books for major laws only. When what I mean by major laws of CRPC, of CPC, of IPC for some parts, of transfer of property also, because transfer of property is an act which many of students face problem to understand it completely just from the bare act. Because of its typical language, it becomes much difficult to understand it from the bare act. So reading books, a reading book of it is also a good option, right? So there are few acts for which you have to read books. Then what about the other acts, right? And please read books only. Don't read that short notes which we get on the law books store, that short compilation. For CRPC you have to read Kelkar or any good book which you in your institute prefers you. For CPC you can read CK Takwani. For contract you can read Avtar Singh or RK Bangia. For IPC you can read Pillai or Ratan Lal, right? And yes, so on. And for minor laws, for Rajasthan, no book is required, because in minor laws, straight Barrett questions are asked. Like there are many minor laws: Rajasthan Rent Control Act, Domestic Violence Act, Probation of Offenders Act, Juvenile Justice Act. Juvenile Justice Act comes in minor law, though it is not a minor one, but then too, right? So only barracks are enough for these acts. Just mark these words. Mark these words. Barracks are enough. Enough means enough, right? No other notes or books or any, right? Then you have cleared in your mind that for which acts I have to read books, for which act barracks are enough. Now it's up. It depends up to student that whether he would like to go first for minor laws, whether straight away he wants to jump into the major laws. If you are starting from major laws only, then start with IPC, start with CRPC, right? read read books, and books you have to read only once. Don't think that you have enough time that you will read books again and again and again. Read book only once. Make your own notes. Own notes means own notes. Don't ask notes of your friends, of any institute. Don't purchase it from the market. it will be turn your preparation just into mugging up the things like you did in your college semester exams. Judiciary means exam is not your college exam, right? That's a completely different thing. So make your own notes. That will definitely help you. I'm telling from this my experience only. So you have to make notes for your each and every act, and you have to read books in such a manner that your each and every doubt gets clear. You should not be in a doubt in any section or any chapter or any part, right? Ab, as you are preparing without coaching, now I'm talking about for students who are doing without coaching institute. If you are doing without coaching and you are studying, and there comes a doubt, because law is a thing that doubt will come. So what to do in that case? You can take help of your college professors if you have good bonding with them. You can take help of your friends, and the best way to clear a doubt is YouTube, which I did. I used to prefer a good YouTube video, a good YouTube channel for it, for any of the doubts which I come across, right? In any of that, like transfer of property was a very difficult act for me, to be very frank. I faced a lot of problem in that act. So I'm much obliged to my professors who helped me a lot in that, and I must obliged to some YouTube channels, also some institutes, through whose videos I get to clear my doubts. But never keep a single doubt in your head, because that doubt will definitely come in your mains exam. And that you all know, as we all know that the chapter we leave for the exam, that chapter definitely comes in our exam, right? So don't leave a single doubt. Okay. Then after completing your first subject, second subject, IPC, CRPC, as you as you move on making notes and all that, once you get clear that okay, I have completed whole syllabus for this exam, all the 18 acts, or for any state. In MP there are 11 to 12 acts, I think. If you have completed 11 12 acts of law, in Rajasthan there are 18 acts. I completed all the 18 acts, Hindi, English and all that. Then go for revision. And revision, how many times? The number is infinite times, right? You have to revise your whole preparation till the time when you see your name in your final list. Final list means after interview. Don't stop your revision even for a single day, because all those which I've shared uh, right now are the basic things which you have been following since your school time, in your 10th class, 12th class, in your graduation, in your law. You have been following the same thing, reading books, making notes, right? But revision is the most important thing for this exam. Giving mock test is the another important thing, you can say backbone of this exam. Mock tests and revision. If you are studying without coaching institute, then you can join mock test of any of the institute before uh, you can say prelims exam ke pehle, before 1 or 2 months before you can join. Then after prelims, join mock test immediately for the mains. So mock tests are the most important thing. They will help you to clarify your mistakes, to clarify your doubts, to help you the answer writing pattern, right? So mock tests are the important thing, and revise and revise and revise non-stop till the date when you see your name in your list, right? Then next, another question comes is that if you are thinking to join a coaching institute, then what? See, then that's a good thing, as when you will join an institute, then they definitely will provide you with all the materials, with all the notes, with all the answer writing pattern structure. Then you can go with them. But then too, for students who are joining coaching, then to focus on self study. Self study then too is must. Okay, without self study there is nothing in this exam. Not you will even not able to clear the prelims of any state, and that's for sure. Without self study, you can join one institute to institute, any of the good institute. Without self study you will be nothing. That's a very bitter truth, but that's a truth, right? So okay, if you are joining coaching, then that's a good thing. It will keep you disciplined. Discipline, you can say that you have to go on time, you have to study on time, you have to come home on time. That's a separate thing. And for self study students, keeping discipline is an another important thing. Okay, you have to be consistent. You have to be in that routine. You need not give a break in your preparation unless it is required, right? So consistency, disciplined manner, revision, mock tests, notes, all such are things you have to do. Now, for what's it? When to start for mains? Whether before prelims only you have to start for mains, or after pre, when to start for mains? So answer to this question again depends on student to student, that when you start preparing for this exam. If you are in your first year of only college, if you are in your third year, or you are completed a law, and you are waiting for the next upcoming vacancy, then that's a different thing. And if you have completed your law and waiting for the next upcoming vacancy of RJS, MP, or any other state, then start preparing for mains also, because between pre and mains you will not get enough time. 45 days is the is maximum you will get, unless some extraordinary circumstances are there, or it pending in a high court, or like that. But the 45 days to 60 days is the time you will get. And that time is for revision. Many students think that the time between pre and mains is to study for mains. No, my child, that's the time for revision for mains. And revision तब होता है जब आपकी प्रिपरेशन पहले से कंप्लीट हो चुकी होती है। और प्रिपरेशन पहले से कंप्लीट तब होगी जब आप सब अपने नोट्स एंड स्ट्रेटेजीज प्लान करके रखोगे। So the answer to this question is, again, you have to study for mains and pre together. As you are reading books, you are making notes. There is no there is not anything required for mains, right? So for pre, you have to study Barrett again and again and again. Just read Barrett's infinite times. Infinite times means infinite time for pre, right? In pre, nothing is going to help you other than Barrett. No book, no notes, nothing. Just Barrett. But you are making notes, you are framing your answers, you are clearing your doubts for mains, right? So after pre, you can straight away open your notes, you can straight away open your answers. RJS, there is a complete different pattern as compared to MP, because in RJS you are given limited space. Limited space means you will not get extra answer sheet separate from question paper. You have to write your answers in question paper only. Question number 1, you will get given some space according to the marking of the question. If it is a 3-marker question, then space will be according to it. If it is a 4-marker, space will be according to it. If it is an 8-marker question, space will be according to it. So you have to write answer in your question paper only, and in that space only. For if अगर उस space में आप wrong answer लिख देते हैं, so unfortunately you don't have any extra space to correct it. That's a bad thing, you can say. But a good thing is the space controls your answer, because in mains you have to write what they have asked. You don't have to write many pages like we used to write in our college exams, 4 pages, 8 pages, 9 pages. No, you have to write in that space. That's a good thing. which again helps you to complete your question paper on time. I'm talking about RJS, right? So for this, you have your practice strategy will be completely different as compared to MP, because in MP, if you are giving mains of MP, then a question of 8 marks come straight away. No short questions, no any other question. 8 marks के 2 questions आते हैं in each and every act. And separate answer sheet होती है आपके पास with I think 36 pages or 40, right? And there's an option to ask for separate answer sheets, which is not in RJS. So the answer writing strategy of MP is completely different. For RJS is completely different. Syllabus is somewhat same, but pattern is different. So yeah, you have to focus on that also. That your first priority is RJS or first priority is MP. If your first priority is RJS, then practice answer writing pattern as per RJS means pattern only, right? When you will join mock test of RJS mains, then you will get the answer sheet as the mains pattern of RJS only. You will get a limited space, then practice it again and again. How to complete my answer in in 3 hours in the given space, and what all asked I have to write. Now students ask question that how do I know that what to write and where to stop and what I should not write in the mains answer. So for example, in your mains question comes that explain dying declaration and whether it is a sole basis of conviction or not. This is a question, let's say, of 6 marks, right? Explain dying declaration whether it is sole basis of conviction or not. If you are giving RJS means, students, I came across with the preparation strategy of my friends, also some of my colleagues also, which they were not aware about the RJS strategy. So they started writing from section 32 Indian Evidence Act, historical background of dying declaration. This was the first case from dying declaration was introduced in America, in India. From this year, dying declaration came into, then the maxim we right of dying declaration that nemi moritoris presumitor mentire, right? Then they will explain that maxim, that what does this maxim means. Then they will come to section 32 subsection 1. They will write whole subsection 1. Then they will explain that subsection. Then they will write case law, and they will end the answer in 4 pages. For this answer in RJS, you will get space of 1.5 page. And they and students, for this question in college or when we are in our initial stage, definitely you will write in at least 4 pages answer. And I was one of them, frankly saying. When I was also when I started, I also when saw this question, I started writing whatever I knew. I just wrote it. Then I came to know that I have to control this in just in 1.5 page, and also I have to stick that what is asked in that question. No need to write any historical background. No need to write any maxim or like that. Just write what they have asked. So start. This is dying declaration defined in section 32, subsection 1 of Indian Evidence Act. Write essentials of it. Second thing also, students ask that whether we have to write the exact copycat language of the Bear Act. That is next to impossible for anyone, even for Chief Justice of India also, right? No one can write exact language of the Bear Act. So just clear this doubt from your head, that you have to mug up the language of the act. You have to write just essential points, essential points of any definition, essential point of any section, right? Section 32(1), right? Essentials, what all are required, cause of death in a case of a person, right? Whether death was expected or not, all that points you have to write. Explain in 2 to 3 lines. If it is a 6 marker question, then I might say you must, not you can, you must cite at least 1 or 2 case laws You have to write, and for case laws also you have to write name of the case. And if unfortunately you forget the name of the case, like we can say in dying declaration there is any case and you are not able to recall the case at that point of time, then don't just sit and try to recall the name, that what was the name of the case. You are running out of time in your mains exam, right? Just write in a landmark case it was held that, just, but leave some space after that, because it happens that at the end of the at the end of your exam you suddenly recall the name of the case, and at least in that space you can write that name of the case again. But in case you are not able to recall it, just write in a landmark case it was held that the individuation is a sole basis of conviction. Just 2 to 3 lines. Don't sit and write the facts of the case, who was the judge, what was the citation, what was observed, what was ratio, what was the arbiter. No, you have to just write 1 or 2 lines, the crux of the case, and you have to end it, right? Then comes to the next part of the question, whether it is sole basis of conviction or not. Then again explain it, that why it is sole basis of conviction, where it was held, and a recent case if you are able to recall. So that's the way you have to write the answer of mains. And it differs from state to state. Then it's up to you that for which state you are going. If the same answer you write in MP, then definitely you will write in 3 pages, because there is no space in it, right? In MP there is no space fixed. You can write as many pages as you want, but then to control on your answer writing, just be to the point what they have asked. They are not asking you that how much you know, they are asking you what they have asked. So stick to the question what they have asked. And for this, practice is the most important thing. Practice will take you to the edge of the answer writing. Practice will make you more crystal clear that what are my mistakes. You are at your LLB, you are 23, 24, 25, 26 years of age, right? You are matured enough to self analyze yourself, that whether my answer is up to the mark or not. Write your answer and analyze it from the point of view of an examiner, that if you were an examiner, how much marks would you have, you would have given for this answer. You don't need any right, you don't need any uh, answer examiner for you for all the time. Sometimes you need in your initial days, so you can take help of your college professors, friends, or any other aspirant, you know. You can take help in your initial days. But if you think that all time I need an examiner for my answer, that whether it is good or not, again and again sending, that's not good. You are matured enough to self analyze your answer, right? And there comes a self intuition also, that no, some mistake is there in this answer, some flaw is there in this answer, and at some points I have left something in this answer. You will get the self intuition, and this I am saying from my personal experience only, right? Few months ago only I cleared the exam. I was i was you only few months ago, so I know very well what all happens when you start writing answers. So I think uh, this such all the points we have cleared which are required for you. And in case you are any if you have any doubt or any question, you may ask. Harshita, are you in the meet?
Yes, sir. Sir, there are a few questions. So, shall we deal it?
uh, could, could you please read those questions for me?
Yes, sir. Sir, the first question is from Rupa Kumari. She asked that Main's answer should be written in pointers or in paragraph form, which will be better.
See, answer to this question is depends on the marking of the question and the pattern of the question in which it is asked. Like if it is a 3 marker question in RJS, and simply they ask that define decree in CPC, then obviously you don't have to write any pointers or like that. You have to write section 2 subsection 2 of CPC defines decree in such terms. You have to end your answer in one paragraph only, because that's the space you will get. But on the other hand, if the question comes in one question, they ask 2 or 3 questions, like which I gave an example, that what is dying declaration, whether it is sole basis of conviction, and if you are aware of any case law in recent, then please cite. Then in one question they have asked you three questions, right? In such case, it is recommended to write in points, to answer each and every question of that question in separate points. First of all, write a heading that this is dying declaration. Complete that answer. Then write the next heading of the question, whether it is sole basis of conviction or not. Complete that answer, and then come to case laws. That these are the case laws for this. So it depends on question to question and marking of the question, and the space also. But it is not such that you cannot write in paragraph, or you cannot write in points. The most suitable which you think it is most suitable for you, you can opt for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, another question is from Jatin. He's asking that whether any medical test of selected candidates is also done before posting in RJS. And there are a few other questions from him.
Yes, medical test is done. Like I'm selected as an RJS, and my medical test is going to be held on 20th only, this month. But that's a completely separate thing. That first you have to give your exam, you have to get selected in this exam, then the police verification, medical test, that's completely is a separate thing. That's their problem, not yours, right? So yes, but there is a medical test.
Yes, sir. Sir, and he's also asking that when is the next vacancy of RJS? When it is.
So, yes. RJ's next vacancy is expected in 2023 only now, as our training is going to start very soon. Then 2023 you can expect around March April next vacancy. And I think uh, uh, that vacancy structure they have already posted on their website. Around 83 seats are there for 2023, but there are chances that some additional seats can also be added to it, so you can expect around 100 seats in 2023. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Sir, he is asking another question that what is the salary during training for the people who got selected in RJS?
See that all these salary and what all perks you get, you can go through that official notification of on the website, and there you will be much clear about it, right? As I have to join my training, I can't also answer this question very specifically, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So if anyone has any other questions, you can write in chat box and we'll deal it here. I guess there are no more questions. So I would like to invite Sakshi Sharma, the founder of Legal Vidya, to give vote of thanks. Sakshi.
Yes, thank you so much, Harshita. So, firstly, I'd like to thank Sir for giving us his precious time and joining this session and sharing these very important tips and tricks of how to crack this judicial services exam. I'd also like to thank the team of Legal Vidya for organizing this webinar. And lastly, I'd like to thank all the participants who have joined this webinar and have given us their precious time. Thank you so much for joining this, sir, and we hope to continue this relation with you in future as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sakshi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. With this, we come to an end of the webinar. It was a great session. Also, the feedback link will be provided in the WhatsApp group as well as here in the chat box for the certificates. So, only those attendees who fills the feedback form would be provided with the certificates. I am sharing the link right now. So, you can fill the feedback form and you'll get your certificates. Thank you.